and entrepreneurship over tertiary school certificates. The new normal in Nigeria? Could that be it? Well, for decades, the dominant belief in our society was clear. Go to school, get a degree, and doors of opportunity will swing wide open. But today, reality is telling a different story. Millions of young Nigerians clutch the diplomas, yet remain unemployed or underemployed. Meanwhile, others who have honed practical skills, fashion designers, software developers, welders, caterers, digital marketers, solar installers, are creating their own opportunities and even employing others. This emerging trend raises important questions. Are certificates losing their supremacy? Are certificates losing their supremacy? That's a big question. Are skills and entrepreneurship the real passport to success in the Nigeria of the 2020s?
So now, government policies are also beginning to echo this shift. Programs promoting technical and vocational education, youth empowerment, startups, and digital skills are gaining traction. Employers are asking less about paper qualifications and more about what candidates can actually do. The social media is filled with young entrepreneurs showcasing their craft and building audiences beyond borders. Yes, audiences beyond borders, things are happening. Even in the formal sector, global companies increasingly value problem solving, creativity, and hands-on experience. These are things that are occurring at this time. But let's let you know that even in the formal sector, global companies increasingly value problem solving, creativity, and hands-on experience over degrees alone. But this transformation isn't without challenges. So, how do we ensure quality and standards in skills training? How do we as a people change parental mindsets that still equate success with university certificates?
I also join in asking this question. How do we integrate entrepreneurship into the education system so that it is not just survivalist hustling, but sustainable enterprise? What role should government, private sector, and institutions like the NYC play in this new normal? To help us navigate these issues, we have in the studio Mr. Good News Wenibo. He will share insights on why the balance between formal education and practical competence matters, how entrepreneurship ecosystems are evolving, and what it really takes to succeed in this new environment. Thank you very much, Mr. Good News Wenibo, for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
As always, we want to hear from you, our listeners. Do you believe certificates are losing their power, especially here in Nigeria, all over the world as well? What skill or venture has changed your life? Are you a graduate who turned to entrepreneurship, or a parent now rethinking your child's educational path? Call us, send us a text, or join the conversation on Facebook at 97.5 Golding FM Yenagoa, because we are live right now, streaming live. Stay tuned as we unpack the realities of skills, entrepreneurship, and certificates in Nigeria today, because this is another day of Let's Talk Nigeria. All right, Mr. Good News Wenibo, once again, thank you so much for joining us. I want to know, in your view, okay, why has Nigeria's traditional certificate first mindset begun to shift towards skills and entrepreneurship? And we're asking this question because, a lot of people graduate. And after graduation, that's when they are going to learn how, skill, because they have waited and waited. Some even go to do masters. After masters, no job. I said, let me go and learn how to sew. Is it gradually shifting to that? Why is it becoming so?
Your question is cogent at this point. I think you are not far from the truth. Our higher education certificates, I will not say that they are losing its value, because our graduates have gone there to acquire education for living and how to live. And in that regard, I will say that it is good for our people to have higher certificate. But let's come back to the Nigerian content. In our Nigerian content, we all know that the public sector has failed. The public sector has failed. We have our, is it our health sector? We have medical doctors who are professionals, and they are leaving the shores of Nigeria on daily basis to other parts of the world to look for greener pasture. And regards our teeming graduates who are jobless, just as I've said, is it the economic sector? Is it the agricultural sector? All the sectors in Nigeria has failed. And it's because of that our graduates are looking for alternative means. After acquiring higher certificates, they now look for an alternative means of going back to skills acquisition and entrepreneurship.
Does it, I'm looking at it and I'm just wondering, it's going to be two in one. When they go to go and do that now, does it become too late? Or is it because the Nigerian labor market is just certificate driven rather than skill driven?
The Nigerian market is more of certificate driven. And, at this current time, there are no opportunities for certificate holders. So, based on that, because of the rudiments, academic rudiments our graduates have acquired, that is now giving them the knowledge and idea to go back to, skills and entrepreneurship to make sure that they make a living. They create self-employment for themselves, not to be looking back on, in fact, sit back and say, to the syndrome of no job syndrome. Not to be carried away by that no job syndrome. So based on that, our graduates, it's not too late for them. As graduates, they can go back to, after graduation, they can go back to skills and entrepreneurship. And as I speak with you, I know of a friend who is a graduate and is into skill, tailoring, and is doing very well. And when I confronted him, he told me in confidence that he has no business with public service because if employed too, the take-home salary is no longer able to take us home. And, it is not even commensurate with the work you do. So they have, the employers have all the strategy at their disposal to, milk the salary that they have even pegged for you. By the end, you go with a meal. So he said he's comfortable and he's doing well. He has trainees in his shop. So our graduates going back to entrepreneurship, I think it's not a wrong thing.
The timing, because I'm looking at the timing, because it would have been good. Because this skills,
after spending 4 years.
Yes.
So wouldn't it have been better?
5 years. Wouldn't it have been better that you learn it?
Forget about this whole thing and then go straight to learning.
That is the mentality we have. We are coming from the cultural background. Everyone want to give his child formal education.
Sure.
So you see that parents shift their children to acquire formal education. Many don't give substance to technical education and all this entrepreneurship and all this stuff. That is the cause of many of our children going to universities to acquire those skills. But I tell you, even the education sector has failed. It's failed. Do you know that if we had sent our children to technical institutions, they have their trade test with which they can continue their higher education. I hope you are getting what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Now, many parents don't have the orientation to that effect. That is why we see our children, almost everybody, and peer influence is also a problem.
True.
My friend is in the university. I want to also be in the university. So you cannot stop the child from going to the university when he has told you that this is my choice. You see, these are just some of the cogent reasons why many of our youth have gone into the higher institutions, acquired higher certificates, and have come back without job.
I mean, I'm really reluctant to ask you this question because you have partially answered the question. Because I wanted to say, do you think this trend is driven more by high youth unemployment or by a genuine recognition of the value of practical skills? I wanted to ask that question, but you partially answered the question anyway.
Okay, to advance further, I want to say that we have just seen the beginning of graduates translating into skills and entrepreneurship. Let me tell you, we should expect advanced trends in this regard. More of our graduates will go into skills and entrepreneurship because, in fact, that is the alternative for them.
But what about it? I mean, the model of the our Eastern brothers seem to work for decades, for the past years, because most of them are not really interested in going to get the degrees. They go into the business. They're going to getting the skills. It is later in life. I had a couple of them who were course mates of mine. They were quite older than us, but they're already business or entrepreneurs. And they came back to school and did full time to get degrees. And then they were not getting the degrees because they want to go work in the civil service or get some white collar jobs. They just wanted to get some knowledge. Yeah. So I was thinking if our people could also focus on, okay, you know what? Getting a degree after secondary school, getting a degree shouldn't be the priority. They just go straight to get the skills and perhaps, later on get the degrees.
So, with it, I'm just asking, so should our higher institutions, bring school acquisition alongside the education when they're teaching them? Should there be an introduction of that?
Okay. To answer you, that is why I said it's from the cultural perspective. The East, that they have taken over the commercial aspect. The economic sector, they are all over privately, and that has been their lifestyle. Parents will always want their children to go to succeed them after their time in business, and they have established that sector to its fullest. So hardly you will see somebody from that part of the world that will say he will go and choose a civil service job. Very difficult. But the question you asked, whether our institutions should incorporate skills and alongside. You see, some institutions have even started doing that.
Entrepreneurship.
I know of my daughter, when she came, she was telling me that she was asked to choose an entrepreneurship that she would like to go into. And I said, okay, what do you choose? And she told me she wants to go in for computer training. That after everything, when she comes back, that even if there is no job, she can start from that point. And when I look at the course she was studying, I said, well, it doesn't tally. You are in the science and you want to go to computer. Well, all is for you because of some parents will say, okay, I couldn't afford your tertiary education, so I would love you to go for trade or skill or entrepreneurship. I think these are left at the disposal of parents. Thank you.
Okay, with what you are saying now, I'm just looking at it that, okay, I finished school now, then I want to go into skill. So what are the challenges, what are the challenges that the persons that we will meet, that are likely to see when he wants to dive into this unknown path, even after getting the degree? What are the things? Because sometimes I remember some person say something like, adulthood na scam.
And also interestingly, let me just put up a scenario, right?
Please.
A graduate, he has a degree now, and then someone who does not have a degree. And then when he goes to the shop, someone who does not have a degree will say, move there. Some of them feel the ego.
Go and buy. You must go and buy things.
And you begin to wonder, what am I doing here?
What are the
some of the challenges?
Those challenges that like first things first, like shock, like that he or she has to face.
Okay. Just as I earlier said, the education we acquire has given us knowledge in education for living and how to live. And as a graduate, I am believing that anywhere I find myself, I should be the one to be able to contain everybody because of the knowledge of how to live that I have acquired.
So I love that part of you when you say how to live, not how to make money, but how to live.
How to live.
Philosophical.
Yes, how to live. So if any of our graduates are delving into entrepreneurship, I think they should know that these things are visible. But how they will discipline themselves.
Good. Discipline.
Discipline themselves because of the moral, experience you have acquired. You have to discipline yourself and make sure that you get the requisite training to make a living for yourself.
Because some of them are very, like pompous.
And they're
proud.
arrogant and all.
They say, no, this boy.
Yes,
that
how can
was
you send me
yes.
that?
that a whole me, a whole me.
And such people are the people you see roaming our streets. They are not humble. Naturally, in them, they are not humble and they are not ready to toe the path of peace. So, such are also there. I will not say that all graduates are okay, morally and otherwise, but amongst our graduates, many really have the rudiments. These rudiments I have just mentioned. So they can help themselves at any point, anywhere they find themselves.
Okay, so I wanted to ask now. So then, how can we strike a balance between knowledge acquisition and skill development? How do we strike that balance properly?
Okay, to strike that balance, I think we should adjust our curriculum. We should adjust our curriculum. Our curriculum should be adjusted to incorporate skills training, entrepreneurship, alongside our academic studies.
From what age or from what level?
Yes. You see, that is why I earlier said that Nigeria is a failed state. Why? All sectors, all our public sectors are, epileptic, failed. Not just epileptic, but it's leprous.
Hell.
You see, why am I saying this? Do you know that we are the best policy formulators in the world and the worst implementers of policies in the world? Why am I saying this? Far back, before democratic dispensation in 1999, I was a product of that policy. The JSS3 was introduced in our secondary schools to help students develop skills. And that was incorporated by the present, the then successive administration. And do you know that the policies were even implemented before they were going back to sit to draft the policy to guide these ideas? So it is only when our people will go back and readjust our curriculum. They should adjust our curriculum and have full implementation of the curriculum by taking side by side academic studies, skills and entrepreneurship studies at the same time. Because that is the only way, that's the sure way to avert all these things we are highlighting here. That's the only way. We must marry the two together so that at least when you leave the school, you should have something to start off with.
You've really spoken very brilliantly. But parents now, let's focus on the parents, because there are a lot of parents who are listening to us right now. And what would you say to parents?
Okay.
For instance, you have a child. You're supposed to study the child to know the areas that a child could do well, so that in case in case it comes to the point where you will say, all right, you know what, you would have to go learn something first before probably you go into the higher institution. As early as that, I'm going to catch them very young. So when a child is done with secondary school, you say, you know what, okay, this is what you're going to learn. Or even while in secondary school, the person could also learn. Because I have a friend in Port Harcourt. He's an Ogoni man. Now, when he was done with primary school, he started learning how to sew. His father put him in a sewing whatever, working under someone. And then he finished secondary school. Anytime he closes from school, he goes to the shop to learn and all of that. When he was done with secondary school, he was the senior prefect of Stella Maris College, Port Harcourt. You know what Stella Maris College is? Very, And he was very good, brilliant dude. But then the parents saw the need for him to go learn the skill.
Skill.
Even as the senior prefect of St. Mary's College, he had all the opportunities to go to university, but he did not. He rather continued in the business of sewing. Now, when he established his own business, before he went back to Uniport and enrolled for a part-time program to run a program on, I think, in political science and administration. He became a graduate, and now he is in his business. He's a political science graduate, but now he's a big-time fashion designer in Port Harcourt. Now, he achieved this even before he went to the university. That was because his parents saw that he was good at it and said, you know what, before you go to university, I don't care about training university, go learn this trade. And that's exactly what the boy or the man right now has a family now doing pretty well for himself. So speak to our parents. It's not high time they began to check their children and see what their children are good at and see if they should go to the university first or go learn a skill to avoid graduating and returning to learn skills.
You see, regards our parents, I think we have levels. We have levels. Like my local mother, my old mother in the village will not have all these ideas to send her son to either technical or tertiary. That the child is doing well in this area or is doing well in this area. She will not be able to discern. But all the same, there are some parents that still identify these qualities in their children and say that direct their children to a particular area they sense that the child will be excellent. But even at that too, many has failed. Many of such directions has failed. So, what am I saying? Today, we can see that there is advanced trend in this direction. Just as you rightly said, many now are going into entrepreneurship before thinking of going to acquire higher school certificates. It's very, very obvious. It's everywhere. I know of about 2-3 parents in my area that have sent their children to acquire skill. One is into tailoring, the other one is into screeding, the other one is into carpentry, and they are doing well. The children are doing well. It's now they are thinking of, like one of the father told me, that he will not want his child to go to university first, that he will like the child to acquire a skill, and he has trained him as a tailor. He even prepared a very nice cloth for me. Are
you serious?
Yes.
Okay. So you are the right person to have spoken about this out here on the radio because you've experienced it. Okay.
I just want to just reel out some stats because when we're looking at this thing, we're looking at it holistically. Yeah. The graduate unemployment, according to NBS, Nigeria Bureau of Statistics, the rate is, among youth that's 15 to 34 years has hovered between 32 to 43% in recent years, showing that certificates alone don't guarantee jobs. Also, we know that through the NYSC, that there's a particular course called SAID, that's skill acquisition and everything, but are geared towards reducing resilience on certificates, just total dependence on it. But also, we found out that there's a global shift. Companies like Google, Microsoft, and Apple no longer demand degrees for many roles, but are preferring practical skills. And in Nigeria, the digital space in Nigeria is valued at about billions of dollars, employing skilled youths without formal tertiary certificates.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
That's what we're talking today. That's what we're talking about. That's why I have to come into the matter. With all of these different trends and these things now, please, the major concern is that despite many Nigerians they still see the university as the ultimate goal.
That's right.
It's like the ultimate goal, creating tension between tradition and modern realities. You know that the way our parents used to do this, sometimes some of our grandparents did not train the female children that they had, that she's supposed to end up in at home as wives, not as a student or someone that's educated. We had those things, but now it's shifting. So that, but how do we marry the old traditions and modern day reality now presently before our very eyes? Looking at all of these different conversations, what would be the best way to do it for society? There's a woman listening right now in Swale, and maybe she doesn't know about her child skills. So how do they identify it and give to really help the child nurture it?
You see, when we talk of a higher certificate, fine, is because one of the reasons is that it can take you to any part of the world. You have acquired knowledge in communication, in your area of discipline, and as it stands, it can take you to any other part of the world. Now, it is true, skills can also take you to any part of the world. And that is why I mentioned earlier that it is the place of our government to redesign our curriculum, to incorporate skills and entrepreneurship trainings, so that these two should go side by side. I'm telling you, our students are very, very good. Our youths are intelligent. They are, in fact, when they leave the shores of this country, I believe it's not a news that most of our medical doctors are the best doctors in the world. Most of our medical officers who leave this shore to other parts of the world are best medical officers. So what are we saying? All we need to do is just to marry the two. Let's create a space in our curriculum to contain the skills training and entrepreneurship. These things can as well take anyone to other parts of the world. Just take, for instance, artisans in Korea, Germany, when they come to Nigeria, they are called expatriates. What we are seeing now, graduates delving into skills and entrepreneurship, I'm telling you, we should expect advanced trends in that direction.
Advanced trends. You know, it's of concern to us here at Golden FM, and that's why we had to bring it up on the show for us to look at it from different perspectives. And you're doing a great job. But look, in spite of all of this, it seems getting the certificates is not enough, because today even the first degree is no longer enough. If you don't have a master's, you've not even started. And no wonder a lot of people say, no, master's not enough anymore. Let me go get a PhD. You know, and so they just go acquire the degrees. And I've seen a PhD holder without a job.
It's true.
Without a skill.
Because they're raising the bar every time, saying you have to have the 10 years working experience. After getting the PhD, when did I even have the time to even work?
After getting the knowledge, requisite knowledge,
yes,
alongside what Professor Bamanja will say, pedagogical knowledge. That is practical side of it, practical knowledge of that your discipline. Yet, the employers will bring just... They'll just coin it.
Different clauses.
That, yes, applicants must have 5 years minimum, 10 years, 20 years experience.
And in this present time now, the age now, they're reducing the age now.
Age again.
25.
I beg go.
25.
Oh my God.
And in fact, they are, my brother, it is good we should exhaust calorie in this regard. The truth is that our public sector has failed.
True. Let's open the phone line now. The phone lines are open. What are your thoughts this morning? We're talking about skills and entrepreneurship, and it's been interesting. Very, very interesting. The conversation has been interesting. In case you're just tuning in, we're looking at skills and entrepreneurship over tertiary school certificates, and the question is: the new normal in Nigeria? Is it the new normal in Nigeria? What do you think? What are your thoughts on this matter? Do you think we should have kids go learn some skills? Forget about university certificates or tertiary certificates before, or they should just go to school and come back without skill, and then they go acquire a skill. Which one do you prefer? The lines are 0707 747 1522 or 0912 000 1975. Hello, good morning.
NCC.
We'll ask that now. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, this is just on the line. Skill acquisition, entrepreneurship are very important. Moya, maybe that was why yesterday we had the announcement now when they say students who are interested should enroll, write the exams, and be admitted into these technical free boarding schools. I think it's necessary because they need skills, not just book. But we shouldn't take away education from the children.
Sure.
I don't support that because if you have the skills and you are totally illiterate, I don't think it's a good idea. You need mathematics, basic mathematics to calculate your millions. You get it? So I think they should balance both and they welcome development. Thank you.
Thank you. But I also tell you that you don't need to go to formal school to learn mathematics to be able to calculate the millions. Ask our Eastern brothers. They'll tell you better. They'll tell you better. Good morning.
Hello, Moya and Paul.
Good morning.
Good morning.
To you.
This is a blessing from Swale.
Okay, sir, bless you. Go ahead, please.
The truth of the matter is that there is no two ways about it now. Where the country is now, skill is the way to go. Because being self-dependent, that is the way to go. Certificate will only put food on your table now, but official make you employment of labor. And so in Nigeria today, when you go to the eastern part of the country, an average people might believe on business. They don't even talk of certificate. Even in the western world, the white men, they believe on practical. So it is for the government to go in that direction. Skill is the way to go. You live the way you want to live your life, not the one that are mortgaging you to salary that cannot even take you home. No. So that is the way to go.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Appreciate you. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Moya Steve. Good
Morning.
morning, Paul Bassa, and good morning to your guest.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is the voice of Comrade Abraham Nelson, calling from Pachamo.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you, sir. I think the skill education and the formal education, I think it should go side by side. Yes, because currently we have lots of Nigerians who have skills and who are also struggling to get jobs. Why? Because the environment is actually not very conducive. Banks are also not helping out because the interest rate is very high if you want to get a loan to start up a business. It's very, very high. And looking at the current exchange rates is also not encouraging small businesses to thrive. So there are lots of unfavorable conditions that also hamper the skills from actually blooming into something that we want. So the government should look for a way to make sure that the skill and the formal education goes side by side, because whether I like it or not, so it's someone who is a graduate who read very well and passes the exam and comes out, he has a better understanding of the way society works. So if he has skill, to me it's an advantage, it's a bonus. So, but the government has a major role to play to make sure that as you are coming out of school, you have a skill and you also have the opportunity to get a cheap loan to start up a business, so that you can thrive without even looking for government to come and employ you. So let me just stop here for others to comment. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy.
We'll take more calls. It's your time. Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah.
This is James So from Bancha.
Okay, James. So, please go ahead.
Yes. This topic is very, very interesting. You know, before it was 364. They were doing it in secondary school. You go to JSS3, then from there, if you don't want to further your education, you learn skill. But I don't know how that program can stop. But today, if governor can agree, and that is the best. If in China today, you can see what is happening. This phone, charger, solar light, they are the ones that are producing it, and they even not went to school first. But they are producing what is making us here to buy and begin to feel big as we have money. I agree that we should know that anybody who cannot go to school will learn the skill and produce our skill. It will make people to leave all these miscreants and hoodlums that are on the street every day. because they don't know what they are doing. They don't have any skill.
Hello?
Criminality is increasing every day. Hello?
Hello,
Yes,
yeah.
we can hear you.
I think you are hearing me.
Yes, we can hear you.
So I support. Let governor accept it and start it, and it will help us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, James. So,
All right, that part is they feel big. I love that part.
the product of our brother. You're not feeling big with it.
Good morning. Good morning.
To you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Who is suspecting you
I
there?
not suspect you.
I said, who is suspecting you there?
No, no suspect.
Okay, go ahead, please.
Right, I greet all the suspects in the house. It's a very important topic this morning. I mean, not just important, but I think it's a discourse that will, in a long run, try to alleviate the society, especially what we are going through right now. I remember vividly when we are in the Port Harcourt, we used to envy those guys that attended the government craft secondary school, the GTC and all the rest. See, those guys, immediately they left school. Some of them are even employed in the other companies in Port Harcourt those days, the Agis and Slumberger and the rest. You see, but that is not what we are having today. So it's so sad that I think at this point in time, it's skill that is driving the economy now, as it stands. Because, like they say, some will say, school not scam, but skill cannot be a scam. Just this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, thank you. Hello, morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Okay, good morning. It's clearer now.
Okay. I'm calling from Salvador, way by name.
Oh, wait. Been a while.
Yes, very well. You see, skill acquisition is all over the world. That is what is raining now. Because with the white man culture, we are just that certificate just ceremonial. School certificate ceremonial. No employer will employ you with your school certificate. What you will do, what they will see is what they will employ you. The drive of the economy of the Western world is the skill. That's what drives the economy of the world. Go to China, go to America. They don't value your paper, your degree, your PhD. Without this thing, they don't value it. So just like one of the callers said, you see Julius Berger who's constructing a lot of bridges, roads in this country. You see, you have seen about that does not have certificate more than primary school or secondary school. They are the engineers. So like someone said, one of the callers said mathematics. What is mathematics? The welder in the workshop does not go to school, but you know how to measure something or weld something for you in your house or in our houses. So with mathematics, just your normal skill acquisition all goes together. The skill is the best because when someone, just the last caller said, in those days there were jobs. Why is it happen like this? Because the technology. What is technology? Skill. The phone is a skill. The phone we are using, I'm talking to you, is a skill work. It's not just a certificate by hand, which nobody will recognize. I think the government should key into it and let's progress it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Owe.
Because I just can't imagine after going to university, the certificate did not even produce the phone that you're using right now.
No.
So it's a challenge. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, I greet the guests in the house.
Agree to you.
Yes, my name is Elder Kishina Samuel. I'm calling from a vomited government house.
Okay.
Yes, I really support the guests there. And I also support education. But one funny thing is that, especially we Nigerians, we are able to copy almost everything in the Western world, but we refuse to copy the skill side. I don't know why. We copy the dressing, the music pattern, the 419, all those things. We copy so the Yahoo side, and we do not copy the side. So I just wonder where Nigeria is going. So at least after secondary school, it's okay.
after secondary school, because the state will use tertiary everything you will use. You cannot just say you just come out, you do not go to school, then maybe you say you will go for a skill. And it's not all that okay with you, that at least the secondary school level is okay, and you will get a skill, and maybe at the end of the day, if you wish to go to further education, you further your education. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you.
Well noted. Noted.
Whoa, it's interesting. A lot of people, I think, will like the fact that both should go side by side, just as you have, preferred or suggested. But, Perry mentioned that in those days in Port Harcourt, I remember Craft Center.
Yeah.
Bar Road. D-line there.
Before Gary's.
Yeah, I mean, those boys, we used to respect them, like, wow, those guys. And they feel big, too. They feel big.
Because there was already ready employment.
When you lost your key, just go with the spare. They will produce it.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Aibanu Ambakdermo. I'm calling from Monopa community.
Okay.
Thank you.
I've been listening. I would like to encourage parents, teachers, and even educational thinkers to emphasize, the
NCC. Same problem we have. Simon Abakadema, could you please call back? I think the network was, just cut you off. We're waiting for you. Call back and conclude your thought there. Hello, good morning. Morning.
Good morning. I am Mark calling from Ekiti.
Okay, Mark, please go ahead.
Yeah. One of your callers, Mr. Nelson, made a very cogent point.
Okay.
That formal education should coexist with informal education, skills acquisition. So as you're coming out from the institution, the university, you are also equipped with some skill.
True.
So that when you come out, you are intellectually endowed, and then you also have skills to do something. But then he argued that the banks are making things difficult because the interest rates are high.
Yeah.
And I agree with him. If the government will make banks reduce their interest, or the government itself, through the Bank of Industry or some other bank, will reduce interest rates and allow people to borrow at those low interest rates, I think they will make a lot of things that will be profitable for the country. I agree with Mr. Nelson in full.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. But you know what, Mr. Wenibo, look, this is a concern. I am not of the opinion, or I do not agree that you go spend 4 whole years and then you come back again and begin to learn a skill. That's some people say it's a waste of time. So is that, and that's what you're preferring, side by side, so you don't waste time.
It's true.
Because imagine you spend 4 years, all the money for, how the school fees this day. The other day, Twerker students at Federal University of Twerker, we are protesting, they've increased the school fees. And you spend the whole 4 years paying a whole lot of school fees, paying accommodation, room accommodation.
You just pray that no strikes.
And no strike and all of that. You come out and then you go back to learn skill again. It's a waste of time. That's what some are arguing. I don't know about you. What's your own take on this matter?
That's what I've just earlier said.
You've said it, so let's hear.
That
side by side.
System failure. Our educational sector has failed. Woefully. These things are supposed to be addressed by our leaders to see that this thing, we should create space
in the curriculum,
to accommodate skills and entrepreneurship alongside our academic studies.
Brilliant. Let's hear from this caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And our guest in the studio over there.
Good morning.
Amen, Apostle Elo White.
Welcome, Apostle.
Yes. I love this topic this morning because our government have fed us in so many aspects. Look at there was a time there was a job given by the state government for 1,000 jobs. We have over 36,000 applicants. 36,000. for applying for maybe for immigration in this state. The last 2 weeks, federal government give 30,000 jobs. We have over 500,000. That is the one that job seekers. What about the ones in schools? What are their fate tomorrow? So you find out that we need to help ourselves. We will not depend on government on everything. Like me, when I was in Benue State, I finished my secondary school. I went into Benue State University. That it's not going. What's not going? I learned engineering. I help myself. And as my family. Today, that thing is also helping me. Even while I'm in business, it's also helping me. So I want to encourage our graduates. This is our corpus. It's not only wearing this white and NYC. See, there's something to do. The government has fed us. If you give 1,000 jobs, like you have 10,000 applicants, and at the end maybe they will give the ones they like. No, they will just give a preferences. The rest you're on your own. So we need to help ourselves. We cannot government on everything. For now, according to that, look at Germany. In Germany, over there, when you finish your school, you choose what to do. Some go into aspects. You see them producing things. But here now, we finish school and you see graduates carrying CVs for 5-10 years, wearing shoes that have expired for 10-15 years, carrying CV up and down. Look for something to do. There are so many jobs that will give you money, that will put food on your table. So many things out there that will put food on your table. They can't depend on government and everything. But the government also is confused somehow. And that's my case, my brother.
Apostle Alawai, thank you so much. I think that's going to be last call
to
for the for today's show. I'm so sorry that I will not be able to take your calls anymore, but we appreciate you.
They can get to Facebook and drop the comments.
Oh yeah, go to Facebook. 97.5 Golden FM Yanagwa. The conversation continues. Let's chat there. Let's share ideas right there. But finally, what's your message to Nigerian youths about combining passion, skill, and perseverance to create their own opportunities in this new normal?
I think, just as we have highlighted, our formal education enables us to acquire rudiments in our studies, areas of discipline, which I translate to mean shattering our microcosmic boundaries and helping us to live well. And as it stands, just as we have said, you cannot motivate someone with negative or maybe opposite of good ideas. By that I mean the government. I don't know what our leaders are doing. If I'm to score them, for me, I don't know even the score to give to them. They should do well, set up curriculum planners that will plan our curriculum to accommodate both skills, entrepreneurship, alongside our academic pursuits. That alone, I think, will solve our country's problem to a level.
Thank you very much, Mr. Good News Ben Weniba, for coming over.
And I as well encourage our graduates to go back to skill, because that is the sure way to liberate themselves from the shackles of poverty. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So, just bring back my own parting shot. As Nigeria stands at the crossroads of rising unemployment and limitless potential, one truth is becoming undeniable. The future will not be secured by certificates framed on the wall, but by skills sharpened in our hands and ideas translated into enterprise. While education remains valuable, it is no longer the sole passport to success. Our youth must dare to reimagine learning not just as the pursuit of degrees, but as the cultivation of relevance. Now, this is it. In today's Nigeria, certificates may open doors, but it is skills and entrepreneurship that keeps those doors from closing. The real question is this: are we raising graduates to seek jobs or visionaries to create them? Let's make Nigeria work. My name is Paul Oblongbasa. Thank you for listening.
We are so happy to have you listen to us. But today's conversation has shown that Nigeria is in the middle of an important shift. Degrees still have their place, but they are no longer the single ticket to success. In a world driven by innovation and self-reliance, what you can do often matters more than what is printed on a certificate. For young people, this is both a challenge and an opportunity. Invest in skills, build businesses, stay adaptable, and you can create your own path regardless of economic climate. For policymakers, governments, and parents, it's a call to support practical training and entrepreneurship so our nation's talent can truly flourish. This has been Let's Talk Nigeria on Golding 97.5 FM. I am Oye Steven. Until next time, keep learning, keep building, and keep Nigeria moving forward.